Today's lesson is working on continuing to simplify equations. Our two objectives are to evaluate expressions using the distributive property and simplify algebraic expressions and equations. So remember that simplifying an expression simply means rewriting it by combining like terms. That's what you learned yesterday. Today we're just adding one step in that what if our expression has some grouping symbols? How do I go about simplifying? Well, the first thing you need to do is clear the grouping symbols, and you do that using the distributive property. So I have the 20 in this first example outside of my parentheses, and the distributive property says that I need to multiply whatever is outside my grouping symbols by everything inside, all terms inside my parentheses. So 20 times 3 is 60, and 20 times 2x is 40x. And then I just copy down anything I have as part of the expression outside of the parentheses. Now I can go ahead and combine like terms. I have 40x and 30x. I can combine those. But as you learned previously, you always want to keep it in the same order. So my constant comes first, and then my variable terms, and combined it's 70x. Let's go ahead and do another one. 10 is outside my grouping symbols, so I need to distribute its multiplication among both terms inside the parentheses. 10 times 2n is 20n, and 10 times 3 is 30. And then I copy down that plus 6. I see that I have two constants that I can combine. Keeping it in the same order, I have 20n plus 36. On this third one, I have a 4 outside the parentheses, so I need to distribute that multiplication among both terms inside the parentheses. So I have 12k, and since it's subtraction, I need to keep it subtraction here. 4 times 8 is 32. And then I have 5k outside of the parentheses. So I see that I have two like variable terms, keeping them in the same order. I have 17k minus 32. Here I have 2 outside of the parentheses, so using that distributive property, I need to distribute that multiplication among both terms in the parentheses. So I have 8x plus 10x, and outside the parentheses, I add that x. All of these are like terms, so combining them together, I have 19x. So we simplify an expression by first clearing out any grouping symbols and then combining like terms, making sure we keep them in the same order that they appear in the expression. Go ahead and try these first two problems. Accurately copy them down into your notebook. Show all the moves you did to simplify. Press play when you're ready to check your work. I want you to try problems 3 and 4, copy them into your notebook, show all the work you did to simplify, and then press play when you're ready to check your answers. We can use the same approach to simplify expressions on both sides of the equation. First, we rewrite the expressions on each side by clearing out the grouping symbols and combining like terms. Our goal in simplifying the expressions on both sides of the equation is not to solve the equation. So here's my equal sign. I think of that as kind of the division of that balance. And I can see I have a 2b and a 3b. So I can combine those to be 5b, and then I have that constant 5. And then I have my equal sign, and on the right side of the equation, I have an 8 and a 21 that I can combine to be 29 minus b. Let me show you on this second one. This one's a little more complex because it's got that grouping symbol. So I need to distribute that 3 among both terms inside the parentheses. So I have 3b plus 6. And then I can just copy down the rest of the expression. So I have 2b and 3b, that would be 5b, and I have a 1 and a 6. Combined, that would be a 7. Then I have my equal sign, and I can now do the same thing for the right expression. I'm going to distribute the multiplication of 5 by both terms in the parentheses. So I have 5b plus 5, and then I can copy down the remaining part of the expression. So I have 5b minus b, well that would be 4b, and I have a 5, a 4, and a 2. And if I combine those, I get 11. Now it's your turn to try. Copy down problems 5, 6, and 7 accurately in your notebook. Clear the grouping symbols of both expressions on each side of the equal sign, and then combine like terms. Press play when you're ready to check your work. So today we continued our work with simplifying equations by evaluating expressions using the distributive property, that means clearing the grouping symbols, and then simplifying the algebraic expressions and equations.